Concealer, contour. What are they? Why do they belong in makeup? And how do you successfully apply it and blend it without looking like you put a bunch of mud on your face? My name is Ohemaa if you're new to my channel, and if you are a returning subscriber, hey! When I started learning how to apply makeup, there really weren't, and I feel like there still aren't, any dark skin beauty content creators that actually fall within the 3 deepest shades of the most extensive foundation shade range you know. So I decided to go ahead and make myself that solution so that other people who fall within my skin range will be able to find me and able to learn how to make their makeup look flawless. Now, in doing that, I have figured out how to conceal and contour my face without it looking crazy. I do get a few requests a week on how I conceal and contour my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do it. There are 2 main reasons to use a concealer when you're doing your makeup. One is to use it as a tool to hide or diminish your blemishes, your dark marks, your dark spots, any scars that you might want to cover up, or any hyperpigmentation in your skin that you want to diminish, okay? And other small things that you maybe just want to, put on the back burner and you don't want to show in through your makeup. Not that you have to conceal your face, not that you have to conceal your blemishes, not that you have to conceal your scars. That's not what I'm saying. But if you do want to do that, a concealer is one of the ways that you can go ahead and minimize anything that you need minimizing, okay? Now, another reason for a concealer is that concealers actually also help bring out the lights. For example, if you have like dark under eyes and you put a nice shade of concealer under there, it's gonna help you actually brighten your eyes and it's gonna bring your eyes forward, and also help so that if you have sunken under eyes, those under eyes actually come forward. Think of it as a concealer is a way to hide the things that you don't want to show. In a roundabout way, also is a way for you to highlight the things that you want to show. The most popular way of people using concealer is applying the concealer after they apply their foundation, which is the route that we're going to go today. In a different video, I'm going to show you guys how to apply concealer under your foundation. I'm in the middle of testing a foundation, so my base is not entirely as deep as I want it to be. However, I can still conceal and contour, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to use the concealer and the contour to maybe make a shade that's not so workable work for you. And when it comes to concealers that you're using to hide imperfections like blemishes and acne scars and marks and dark spots and all of that, you want a shade that is your skin tone shade. What you would do is take your concealer that matches your skin tone, find a spot that you want to conceal, and you're going to put it directly onto that spot and you're going to blend it in. And once you blend it in, it's going to help hide that spot for you. Now, for the part that I feel like everybody is generally interested in, I know the rule that's out there is to use a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation. You can get away with it. However, I would tell you to use 1 shade lighter than your foundation on the outer parts of your face and use the one that is 2 shades lighter than your foundation only on the inner parts of your face so that I can brighten right here and doesn't look too stark compared to your foundation. So I'm going to start out with the shade that is 1 shade lighter than my skin tone, and I'm going to put that on my face. Okay, now this is the shade that is 1 shade lighter than my foundation. I'm gonna put the shade that is 2 shades lighter than my foundation on the inner parts of my face. And I'm only gonna put it right here, okay? Now, there are a few techniques to applying concealer. That is gonna be a different video. I'm gonna blend it in with a brush, but you can also use a sponge to blend it in. And what I like to do is pat it in, just like I'm using a sponge. And I'm just blending it in. Okay, now personally, I don't use a lot of very bright concealers. So because I don't want this concealer to overtake everything, I go ahead and I blend my deeper shade first, and then I go back in and blend the lighter shade. As you can see, this part of my face looks brighter. It is more awake. It makes me look like I am ready for anything. Compared to if I don't put any of the concealer under my eyes, then my under eyes are going to be too dark and it's going to look like I'm tired and sleepy and like I just don't want to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this one in as well. And I try to keep it right in the spot where I want to blend it out. I'm not going to blow it out all the way down my cheek, because if you do that, it's going to take over your foundation and you don't want that. So patting it in will make sure that it blends out, but it also stays in place. Even if you're using a beauty blender, don't blend it down past right here. I use my hands to blend my foundation in today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the edges of my concealer, which is what I generally do. I generally blend the edges of my concealer into my forehead and also on my cheek. That way I don't see a harsh line of demarcation. That's why I like using concealers that are one shade above my foundation, because when I do this, it makes sure that I get that bright under eye look, but it's not too bright and it looks like it's my natural skin. Now, another use of concealer is that you can use it to cancel out any darkness, especially on your eyes. So if you just take your product, you can just blend it over your eyelids, and that would even out the skin tone on your eyes, so that even if you don't want to apply eyeshadow, your eyes still look good. So you can see that this eye looks like it's bright and awake and alert, compared to this eye, which looks like I still need some sleep. Just the transformation before I put on the concealer and now with the concealer, you can see a huge difference that the concealer. If you think about concealer as the light bringer, think about contour as the shadow bringer. So right now, as you can see, my face looks very flat. It looks very one-dimensional. Even though my under eyes are a little bit brighter, my face still looks pretty one-dimensional. Adding some contour to it would give me a bit more dimension. It's gonna make my face look a little bit more structured, and that is why we're gonna go in with a contour. Contour helps you add shadows to the parts of your face that you want to add shadows to. That way your face doesn't look so flat. The parts of your face where a contour goes is the parts of your face that naturally get shadow. Or under my jaw has a shadow, so I would apply some contour there. Your cheek, the hollows of your cheek, which I don't really have a hollow, but you can still see when I'm smiling that it's showing a little bit of a shadow. So this is where your other contour would go. To diminish the five head a bit, you would apply some of the contour to the sides of your face. If you have a larger forehead, you're gonna go ahead and apply it all across your face. If you have a more rounded face like I do, you're gonna apply the contour to the sides of your face so that it can help elongate your face, okay? So I'm gonna go in with this product only because okay, so this is where the hollow of my cheek would be. I don't apply it here. If you apply it here, if you apply it to the hollow of your cheek, you're gonna blend it out and it's gonna drag your face down. So what you're gonna do is actually line it up with your ear, or that's how I do it. I line it up with my ear and then I apply it here. Applying it to the higher points of your face makes sure that you can blend it out and it's not gonna make your face look droopy. And then you can apply some right here and right down your jaw like that. So it does look like the number 3. You apply a little bit like that and a little bit like that, okay? I'm gonna blend the side out so you can see how it looks, and I'm going to blend it up. I don't blend down, I always blend up with the contour, because if you blend up, you don't run the risk of having a droopy contour. So I'm just blending the jaw line and I'm gonna blend it into my neck. That would give me that more chiseled jaw look compared to the side of my face that doesn't have anything. I always like to go back in with my concealer blender and blend into the contour. That way it doesn't look like it's overtaking my face. Now, if nothing at all, you see that this side of my face is looking more like a face. It's looking more structured. I look like I actually have a cheek area and a jaw area compared to this side of my face that just looks like everything is like all mushed together. Contour definitely adds a lot of dimension to a face. If you're dark skin like me and you want to join like the bronzer hype and all of that, like for me, I found that bronzers typically don't do on my skin tone what bronzers do on other people's skin tone. So I try to avoid bronzers as much as I possibly can. And then I just do everything with the contour and a blush, and that gives me that very structured look. Okay, you guys, so now you can go in with some blush, and blush will help your face look more alive. And I also like to apply some over my contour, and I only apply it over my contour because it helps the contour look very natural. This side of my face has a little bit of blush compared to the left side of my face, and as you can see, the right side looks more awake, it looks more vibrant, and it looks really, really good, okay? I like applying my blushes with a fluffy brush because it helps blend it out and helps it just look more natural, like it's coming from your skin, compared to if you use a denser brush, it just gives you that weird blush line on your face, and you don't want that. This is the quickest breakdown of conceal and contour when it comes to makeup. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're a beginner at makeup and you want to know where to buy the best makeup brushes and how to use those brushes, check out this video. And also, if you want to know more about beginner makeup, check out this playlist.